So welcome to a new video, October 2nd. I'm not sure if every single video is going to be of me creating that day's prompt. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. It could be of other things. It could be of like just a regular vlog, because I have several that I haven't posted. There are a couple of, there's like one of a trip that we did. There's one, tú lo puedes coger. There's, there are a couple of things. And so, I don't know. We'll have to see, because there are going to be days that I cannot sit down for an extended period and film, or I might just be drawing in a bedroom or something where it's not the easiest to film. So we'll see. So today is Gate, and since this page has these like stains here, what I wanted to do is I wanted to have it open up. That's my plan. And I was going to use this paper to glue on this side, or to have elements over on this side so it doesn't look as gross. So I'm going to paint on this one, and I'm going to paint here, and then we'll go from there. And as I've said, I'm approaching this Inktober as something very experimental. So I'm just going to see what comes out, and I will reconvene with you. Okay. So, no, voy a empezar ahora, Felix. Look at the gate. So today I was going to use a bit of my gouache. That's the white palette that you see there. I have just a regular water-activated gouache, not the acrylic gouache. And this is thinner paper usually. It's just like, it's craft paper, really cheap paper that I get for my art lessons. But I actually enjoy using cheap paper for art. I like when it gets all crackly and wrinkly, and I like the effects that happen and how the paint sometimes looks like on this type of paper. So I was quite okay with using it. I was just doing a base color. I really love these warmer yellow ochre tones, especially for like spookier scenes, nature scenes. It gives it a nice warm base. And again, I'm not using a lot of time to create these things because I don't have it. Today I was homesick, and since I'm homesick, I take advantage and I can sit down and do these things. But usually I just want to do something quick, something to get it out of my system, something experimental. And here it is quite experimental because I'm also using the liquid pencil and to create the gate. And I absolutely love how this looks. The yellow liquid pencil with the yellow ochre. I just really like the effect that this paper has, or the effect that it is left on this paper because of the fibers or the pulp that is used, or the type of, I don't know what. It appears very granulated, and you can still see some of the strokes, which I really like. I really, really like. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. You can even see it in the yellow ochre that you can still see some of the strokes and where more pigment was left. While with other pages, if they're moist, it doesn't leave those type of marks. So I was quite happy creating this. It was a lot of fun. And you can hear that my son was there with me, so he was also painting alongside and creating with me. That's why... Sorry, I got interrupted there. But that's why I was sitting instead of in my office upstairs with him, so he could easily be painting in the big, large dining room table with me and also use my gouache. I sometimes let him, and it's really cool to see what he can create. I love watching children draw and paint, and they come up with these amazing ideas. Like today, he was creating a tiger machine. It was this huge, large object with stripes on it. It was really neat. But anyways, back to Inktober. So this is just the starting point. I have to, of course, create more details, and I'm going to speed this up while I'm talking to you about it. But I have to create more details for the gate, and then I have to create the stuff that's going to be behind the gate. And all in all, it can be a long process because you have to let things dry, you have to cut things out, you have to glue things. But I mean, I think it's a really cool way to create using ink, because I paint everything with ink and then I cut it out. It might be seen as cheating because you don't have to really worry about, the layers and how things are going to interact. And with inks, you have to put inks down quickly on the paper while it's wet. Otherwise, you'll get these blotchy areas. But if you like blotchy areas, then you know that's going to happen. But there is more of a time factor when you create with inks. But when you're just cutting things out and creating a collage, that no longer becomes an issue. So let me speed up this process and I will come back later. So now I'm going to glue all the pieces together, which can be kind of complicated. Okay, so I finished it, and of course my battery had to die. I need to invest in new batteries. So here's the first page. It's still a bit wet. And there's the second page. There are all these little weird figurines, and Franz is petting one, and he has a butterfly catcher. But that's the Norman fireside. So let's close the gates. Hee hee. All right, so that's the vlog for today.